Hey guys, you're listening to The Horror Show with Sean and Joe. This is Felissa Rose. Be afraid, very afraid.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kurt Russell Podcast.
The horse in the gray flannel suit, the computer wore tennis shoes, the barefoot executive, Super Dad, the strongest man in the world, used cars, Escape from New York, the Fox and the Hound, the Thing, motherfucking Silkwood, the Mean Season, the Best of Times, Overboard, Big Trouble in Little China, Tequila Sunrise, Tango and Cash, Backdraft, Captain Ron, Tombstone, Forrest Gump, Stargate, Executive Decision, Escape from LA, Breakdown, Soldier, 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Vanilla Sky, Sky High, Miracle, Poseidon, Dreamer, Touchback, Furious 7, Bone Tomahawk, and The Hateful Eight. So stupid.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kurt Russell Podcast. I'm your host, Sean. Oh, shit. I don't like saying my last name. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Joe.
And we talk about all things Kurt Russell in the middle of a horror podcast. So, thank you for tuning in. That was so dumb. I can't tell whether that's the funniest thing I've ever done or the dumbest thing. It might be both. I don't know. But I just laughed so hard.
That theme was killer.
That theme was killer.
Every list should be read over that theme.
Yeah, I agree. If you ever need to
felt
read
motivated.
A list, if you ever need to read a list, it's the theme to Escape from LA. So, check it out. Guys, welcome to the Horror Show, a horror podcast starring me and Joe.
Yeah.
And this week, we are still talking about the best of 2015. And this week, we are doing Joe's top 10 of 2015 list. And we'll also be reading some viewer submissions and hopefully not talking about Kurt Russell.
Well,
it'll be
you kind of have to at some point.
I mean, his hair is just fantastic.
Love it. Fantastic.
I'd kill for that hair. So, let's kick this off. I mean, I don't think we can only go down from that intro.
Yeah, this episode's going to blow.
Yeah, that intro is incredible.
So you want me to start?
Yeah,
just kick it right off?
Just do it.
All right, so I'm going to go from 1 to 10, right?
Yes, 1 to 10. Ruin everything. We might as well.
Number 10 is a movie that you are going to wholeheartedly disagree with. But
boy.
I could not disagree with you more on your stance on this being a horror film. And it is The Nightmare. The documentary on sleep paralysis.
Really?
Yes. And my reasoning behind that is because I have suffered from sleep paralysis since I was 14. And when I first experienced it, my parents told me it was just a nightmare. Then I went to the doctor, and they're sane human beings, and they said it's just asthma and sleep apnea, and your terrible lifestyle, which is true, and I believe that. But this movie, everything that they described is things that I felt, and the whole time I was getting chills. Like, holy fuck, there's people out here that are seeing the same shit that I see and experiencing the same stuff, and it scared the fuck out of me.
Well, I'll say this. That's like, okay, let's just talk about this. If a man in a hockey mask murdered my whole family in front of me, I'd probably be a lot more afraid of Friday the 13th movies.
Sure. Yeah.
So
that's my reasoning.
I'm not taking away from you, but I think those are special circumstances. It was chilling.
There were some scenes that were creepy.
It is terrifying. I don't know how. I just don't think it's a horror movie.
Well, it's a documentary.
Well, yeah. That's the first problem, I guess. But it's on a ton of lists, so I can't disagree.
So when I was thinking of this, I was thinking of, obviously the genre of horror, which that doesn't fall into, but I was also trying to think of things that chilled me or frightened me, and
I
guess
did. That's true.
It did.
I guess that's true. I mean, the weirdest thing about that movie, we could talk about this movie because it can't be a fucking spoiler. It's
a fucking thing. Yeah.
So, how weird is it that everyone sees the same shit? It's similar.
It's pretty weird. I mean, some of them are extreme, and I think they're kind of embellished. I mean, I don't want to accuse them of anything. It seemed like it's probably an embellishment, but there's definitely some things that they were talking about that I was like, holy shit.
It's not a bad accusation. I recently watched a show called Adam Ruins Everything. Have you seen this show?
Nah.
It's pretty incredible, but the guy's kind of annoying. I'd rather just read all these facts. But he talked about memory, how bad it is, specifically in police work, and how you can you should never trust anybody's memory of anything because they pick things up.
Yeah, things get warped. Yeah.
And they say every time you tell a story, you change it because your brain automatically tries to fill holes. Like, that's what your brain does.
Yeah.
So if there's a gap in your story, it'll fill it with just
bullshit. Yeah.
Bullshit. And it's just what it does. And I think a lot of those stories, I felt the same way. I was like, that seems way outrageous. And I think that might be some of those. And granted, you just suffered a traumatic experience. I'm not saying you're a filthy liar. Like, you probably just...
I wouldn't call it traumatic. It sucks. It happened to me quite often. But like I said, the doctors, when I went, told me it was because I have sleep apnea and asthma. And
that's what they all said, right? Like, everyone there was like, yeah, my doctor was just like, go home.
Yeah, it's not an alien.
Fucking office.
It's not an alien or a demon.
Yeah. But I did it was really interesting, and I can't even imagine. I mean, I've had some pretty bad nightmares, and I can't even imagine that level.
Well, for me, it sucks because I know I'm dreaming, and I keep telling myself wake up, wake up. And one of the guys in the movie explained it perfectly. Like, you do a countdown, like wake up, and you wake up with the last breath, and you're like, holy fuck, and you don't want to go back to sleep, and it sucks.
That's crazy.
And it was just weird to see. Obviously, there's lots of things that people all over the world experience together, but. There was, for such a long time, I thought I was the only one that ever felt that.
Yeah.
Actually, Paul told me one time in college, he was like, dude, what I knew I was asleep. It felt like I was in a Freddy Krueger thing. I was like, dude, that fucking happens to me all the time. Like, it's weird to hear other people experience it.
And one of the weird things in that one was when the guy had the dream and his girlfriend experienced the same dream. That one I felt might have been embellished.
Yeah.
He's like, I had this dream. There was a cat sitting on me with red eyes. And then his girlfriend woke up screaming.
But the way they filmed that was great.
Yeah.
That was effective.
Yeah.
So that's why I put it as number 10.
All right. I'll allow it. You're welcome.
Glad you allow it.
You're welcome.
Our number 9s were exactly the same.
Oh,
I have
sweet.
Creep as number 9.
So freaking good. Mark Duplass. I mean, we already went over it, so deal with it. Mark Duplass, though, is a total creep.
An aptly named movie.
Aptly, very aptly. The Wolf Mask.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about some scenes? Can we just...
I don't think we can. What is the statute of limitations for spoilers?
I don't know. Or
I feel like it should be a full year.
What it's allowed. Okay, I'm going to just say this scene really fast. It's at the very beginning of the movie. It literally affects nothing in the story. So you can fast forward 30 seconds if you want. The bathing scene.
Yeah.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? That's the creepiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
I wanted to throw up. that might actually be like the scariest movie of the year for me.
Really?
Dude, that dude was scary as fuck.
I mean,
and when you think
definitely
about
creepy.
the people that you've met in your life, where you get that vibe that you just like, you're like, this dude is, something's wrong. And then you see this guy pan out, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
fuck,
yeah. No, that's a good point.
that's disgusting. Like,
Think about how many people that you've come across are probably like that.
yeah. Oh man, so fucking weird. But great movie. Absolutely check it out. If it's on Netflix, I highly recommend it. I honestly think it might be. I should have rated it higher, but there's so many good movies.
You know, I thought about that too, but the ones that I have higher deserve to be higher in my opinion.
Let's
So.
hear your number 8.
Our list is kind of similar, to be honest with you. So, so it makes for a terrible second episode. But number 8 is We Are Still Here. So it was a little bit lower than yours.
Yeah.
I really liked it. There's just other movies I liked a little bit more, but we talked about it. I like the throwback. I like the Fulci homage. I like the Lovecraftian story. I just really liked it.
It reminds me a lot of House of the Devil.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I
if
can
you
see
like
that.
House of the Devil,
I've said
I
definitely
think-
like 100 times already.
I think you'll like it a lot. Do you know who directed that by any chance?
Not
it's
off
like-
the top of my head, I
It's
don't.
no one I've ever heard of. Ted. Wow. Joggin. Johagen.
All right.
There you go. So, wasted 30 seconds of your life. Number 7.
Number 7. We're blowing through my list.
That's
Number
all right.
7 is Krampus.
Yeah.
Where's Krampus for you?
8.
8.
We're like right on top of
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Krampus. Nothing more to say about it. Unfortunately,
Just a really well
it's just
done-
So good. I don't even. Is that still in theaters, or is
I believe it is.
Star Wars literally on every screen?
No, I believe Krampus is still out there.
That's good.
The first time you see Krampus is just that was like one of my favorite scenes in the movie. When he's hopping from rooftop to rooftop.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. Everything about that was great.
Really liked Krampus, especially for a big budget movie.
Yeah. They got it. They got it right on that one.
Number 6 was not on your list. It was What We Do in the Shadows. I know you weren't high on it, and to be honest, when it first started, I wasn't too into it, and then after like the first quarter of the movie passed, I just found it to be awesome. Found it to be really funny. I found it to flow better, and I love the take on like vampires in a modern day world in New Zealand. It's another New Zealand flick.
Yeah. So I guess my issue with What We Do in the Shadows was kind of what I claimed didn't exist last week, but the hype kind of thing. But it was like self-made. They had this trailer that was like laugh out loud funny. And I was like, this is going to be so fucking funny. So I go into it like, I just wanted like, maybe it was just because I was like, I want a comedy right now. Like I want to laugh really hard. And it wasn't that kind of laugh.
No, it's not like a slapstick or a
No.
raunchy comedy. It was just like a
It's just really funny throughout. It's just this like steady
yes.
flow of comedy,
Yes.
and it's not over the top laughs. But
I want to compare it to like a BBC comedy, like Faulty
Yeah,
Towers.
I'd agree. Yeah, and it is really good and really funny. And the vampire lore, like the fact that they have the guy in the basement that's the vampire that lives in the basement. That's the old 1920s
The Nosferatu. Yeah.
vampire. That was so fucking great. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like every time I saw him, I laughed because I was like, that is so stupid looking. Poor Nosferatu is so dumb looking.
Poor Peter.
Poor Peter. The werewolves.
The werewolves
not
were
swearwolves
real-
line was fucking incredible.
The werewolves
Like,
were great.
yeah.
The Beast. The Beast reveal.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I mean, it was all just fantastic. So, yeah, no, it was a really good movie.
And the more I thought about it after I watched it, the more I liked it too. Like lines were just popping in my head, and I was like, "That was fucking funny."
yeah,
That was-
I might rewatch that because that is really good. It was really good.
and I read that like it was like all improvised too. Like everything that they said was just off the top of their heads.
Yeah, and I also read that they started making this like before Twilight came out.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
a while ago. Like that's when they got the idea. And then Twilight comes out and they're like, "Oh, we should probably make this movie while it's topical." And then Twilight ends and they still haven't released it. And then they released it this year.
Now.
And they were like,
No vampire.
I saw an interview and they were like, "Yeah, pretty much blew it. It's like no one wants to see this anymore. Everyone's sick of vampires. No one gives a fuck. He's like, can we make the movie? So whatever. But I loved that. He's I think it would have. I don't think it would have gained the traction it would have during the Twilight days.
Yeah,
I think people would have thought it was like a Wayne's Brothers spoof.
Agreed. I think it was a good thing that they released it now.
Yeah, I agree.
So yes, definitely check it out. Some good one-liners, some really good scenes.
That was your number 6, Mike?
That was number 6. Yeah.
All right. So halfway through your list.
Yep. Number 5.
So we're like 3 minutes into the show. Let's talk about a movie that did not make our lists. The Visit.
Yeah, I can talk about that one.
So, two difference of opinions. Mine ultimately changed as I watched better movies. The Visit, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, Shyamalan.
Yep. Kind of a comeback movie in ways. When was his last movie? Was it The Happening? Oh no, he had that mermaid one.
Well, he had Lady in Water, but I don't know the timeline because he also did Avatar: The Airbender.
Oh,
which was a total fucking turd too. Did he do After Earth? Was that him?
No. Oh my god, he did do After Earth.
He did.
Yeah,
with Will Smith and Jaden Smith.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, he made a bunch of fucking turds.
Wow.
So on that scale, sure, The Visit is probably a little bit better.
Holy crap.
I still hated every second of that movie.
So found footage, done kind of right, kind of ish. No, not done right.
Well,
no,
it's
it
like
made
Skyping
sense. It made
and
sense. It was
vlogging.
Well, no, she was recording because she was like, I want to tell the story of my grandparents that I never got to meet. Because it was like estranged grandparents.
Right.
I guess the only thing I really loved, really looking back, is the reveal. I thought the reveal was kind of cool at the end.
It was okay.
I thought it was, I don't know, it's interesting. I mean, I didn't see it coming.
I hate saying, well,
you know what? Let's just spoil this because I want to talk about a specific scene in it that I think is so fucking funny that we want to discuss. So
if you really want to see The Visit,
don't listen to this. Just jump ahead like 5 minutes or something. So I don't even need to spoil it. Well, the reveal was, because let's talk, because it's M. Night Shyamalan and you have to talk about his reveals.
Yeah.
Because that's what he's known for. So they go to these estranged parents, grandparents' house. The mom sends them away while she goes on a cruise to meet these parents that her mom really lost contact with when she was a kid. She left the house when she was 18 and never spoke to her parents after that.
Which is nuts to let your kid just go.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. But that's okay. Let's just say it works. They go, the grandparents start acting out of control, batshit crazy. Slow progression, but not too slow. It's just this like grandparents doing really fucked up stuff. Turns out, no, I love this reveal, man. Okay, so they're like Nana and Pop. They Skype their mom. They're like, Nana and Pop are acting super fucking weird. Like, look at them. They're just standing outside, and they show them outside. And
yeah,
the mom's like, who are those people? It's like, that's Nana and Pop. She's like, get out of the house. She's like, you need to find help. Like, that's not your grandparents.
Yes.
Like, I don't know who those people are. And I almost shit my pants. Like, I was like, that's fucking phenomenal. I thought it was phenomenal.
I did not.
Oh, man, that's just fucking weird to think about. Come on, you just lived with those people for a week and they're just...
Yeah, but they're Skyping the mom the whole time. Like,
I know. I know. I know. I mean,
it's 2015. Maybe if this is like 1950, that might be more plausible. I think there's a way that
you got a telegram of a photo. Us with Nana and Pop. Then they had to wait a week
for the Pony Express to deliver it.
Get the other telegram saying get out of the house. It's not Nana and Pop.
Now that I would watch the shit out of.
And then the other thing we want to talk about that is also still spoiler alert if you're skipping ahead to right here. The diaper scene.
Okay. It's so fucking stupid. Like, I don't think he meant that to be funny. Well, I mean, it was very funny. because it was so stupid. I can't believe what I
You're
just
going
watched.
to have to refresh my memory of the scene.
So at one point in the movie, the kid walks in and the grandfather who's in a barn, just changing his shitty ass Depends.
Yeah.
The barn that he just keeps filled with poop-filled diapers.
It is literally filled like piles and piles of
yeah.
poop-filled
I don't think the movie did it justice of how bad that would fucking smell. It was just rotten old man poop.
Yeah, it's not baby poop in these diapers. Like that's man.
No, it's fucking full-grown man
poop.
shit.
All different
Probably
consistencies.
like meat.
Like you don't know what the fuck.
Just eating steak.
You probably had diarrhea like several times. I mean, we're all Americans now. Everyone has diarrhea now. So this is fucking disgusting. Vile podcast.
Yeah, right. So the kid walks in, sees his grandfather,
Yeah.
changing his shitty diapers. And then it comes back into play at the very end of the movie when the kids realize that that's not really their grandparents and they're trying to escape from the house. And the old man takes his shit-filled diaper and just fucking throws it right in this kid's face. The kid gets hit in the face with a fucking full-grown man shit.
I totally forgot about that part of it. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so fucking.
But like, I honestly don't think. I think he meant that to be like effective. Like, wow, this guy's nuts. But it was the funniest fucking scene of the year.
I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard at that. I don't know if he meant that to be funny or not. You had to have thought that was funny throwing a.
Dude, I don't think he did.
And I'm not talking about like it's wrapped up and it hits his face. Like the kid has poop on his face.
Listen, if Eli Roth made this movie, I'd be like, yeah, he meant that to be funny. But
Yeah,
M. Night, I don't think he meant that to be funny. And
You might be right.
then the kid, the fucking little shit, he's rapping the entire movie.
Oh, I knew that would irritate.
And he
the shit out of you.
references getting poop thrown in his face throughout the end credits in a rap song.
In a rap song. No, that was great.
Never bring that up again, kid.
Don't tell people.
Don't tell anyone that.
Tell people a strange man gave you hepatitis C by throwing poop at you.
Just fucking.
It's very disturbing.
This kid gets a shit-filled diaper smashed into his face.
Oh my god.
I want to watch that scene right now.
One of the best scenes in movie history. Best scene. I put that up there with the nonstop in the Goodfellas. The like the 5-minute no cut sequence. It goes
that and the shit diaper.
the shitty diaper from The Visit. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
So, why don't we get back to your list?
So glad I interrupted my list for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was at number 5, right?
Yes.
Yes, number 5. It is one that you had on your list. I think it was pretty close. And it was He Never Died.
It is so good.
What number did you have that?
I had that at 6.
Okay, so we're one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Henry Rollins. I've loved Black Flag for as long as I can remember. I did not expect much out of him as an actor, and he gave it his all. The reveal, like I said last week, I thought was great. I thought the ending was great, and I thought the action scenes and the gore was really good too.
I wish we could talk about this more. I want to talk about everything about this.
You could really, this could be a full episode. Just
again, I'm going to start an appreciation thread on the Facebook page for anyone that's seen this, and so we can talk about it because it is just so goddamn good. I just want to talk about it nonstop. I
really liked it. Really liked it. So that is in my top 5. Number 4 is Bone Tomahawk.
Yes.
I don't know what more could be said than what we said last week. There was
or what we said in our introduction, praising Kurt Russell.
So yeah, I knew he'd come up again.
Cannibals, man, bring them back. I love it.
I am a big fan of the cannibal genre.
Bring me back some cannibals. Bring me back some non-furry monsters.
Matthew Fox was really good in this movie.
That's that guy
from Lost and Party of 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is he in Insidious?
That's Patrick Wilson.
Oh.
Matthew Fox is he's the dick. He's like a
okay. See, okay. So Party of 5, never seen an episode. Lost, never seen an episode.
Really?
So yeah.
Huh.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, okay then. Well, for anyone that's seen him,
that show, right?
Lost?
Yeah. I thought he liked it.
Oh, I did until the end.
Amato.
Amato. Yeah, he really likes it. Yeah.
I said sorry, Mom.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. No, I've never seen either. I don't. I'm sure he doesn't care about Party 5.
You'd be surprised what he likes.
Oh, okay.
His TV knowledge is out of control. But anyways, Matthew Fox was really good in this movie. Patrick Wilson was really good.
Patrick Wilson was dope. That dude.
Sid Haig, David Arquette is in this movie.
Dude, that opening scene I was so happy about. I loved seeing those guys.
Me too.
I was so fucking happy to see them.
And that was like how cannibal movies used to be. Like the slow build, and then you see them at the end, and shit just hits the fan, and you're terrified.
It was like from a period where, it was from a time where it was like, cannibals are so fucked up, we don't even want them in this cannibal movie for that long, because they're so disturbing.
Yeah.
Like, the concept is so repulsive that we're only going to show that for like the last 15 minutes.
And I said last week I liked Green Inferno. I don't think it deserves the hate, but I almost felt like this was more of an homage to Cannibal Holocaust than Green Inferno was.
I agree completely. Because those movies were not nonstop torture and nonstop graphic violence. It was like...
It was more of a slow build than shit at the fan. Slow build
and then 3 horrifying ritualistic murders that you just blew your mind, and then the end of the movie.
Yes.
And you were like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just see?
You know, you talking about this right now, Bone Tomahawk could actually probably like move up 2 spots on my list.
It's really good. It's really good. This guy, Patrick Wilson, I'm just looking at his list right now.
He's in The Conjuring.
He should be in a lot more, I think.
He's in Hard Candy. He's really good. I like Patrick.
Oh, yeah, he was the Hard Candy guy. I hate Hard Candy.
I didn't like it.
He was
either.
in Watchmen. Man, he just deserves a lot more, I think. He's
good.
He's fucking good. Watchmen was great. Anything else about Patrick Wilson? All right. So, Bone Tomahawk was just real solid.
Yeah, my wife did not like that one.
Really? Oh, yeah. That I could see that. That's just like the slow burn is not for everybody.
I think she liked that part better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right. She didn't like, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Green Inferno. We should have talked about that more on this. Like, fuck. It was so good. I was so glad they made it.
I was too. Here's the thing. The first kill in that movie was disgusting.
That was the best scene in the movie.
And I felt like he could have accelerated from there if that was like the starting ground. Like to make a comparison, like in Mad Max, the first car chase scene, the new one. Have you seen it?
Yeah,
that we talked about last week. The first car chase scene, I was like, this is the best car chase scene I've ever seen. And then the next like 3 just top it. And I felt like he should have done that with that kill, but he kind of took his foot off the gas.
Or if he did take his foot off the gas. And if you're going to edit it that way, move that scene to the end.
Yeah.
You can't
switch the order.
That. You can't
that was my problem with it too.
I was so excited. I saw that kill scene and I was like, fuck me. I am in for the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was really good. That scene.
And then it just, like you said, the gas was just like...
I didn't hate the movie. It just slowed. That should have been the start, the stepping stone.
To a mess.
Yes.
It just slowed into like, just not... You can't start with that.
Or if you do, you have to one-up it.
You have to go up it, yeah. And it just didn't do that, which was a shame. But, yeah, that was just such a good movie. It just... I wish it did more.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I hope it didn't... Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I hope that no one is deterred from making as obscene movies as that going forward, because maybe that got hate for what it did, because I thought it was really good. It just needed to...
Agreed.
Just did it the wrong way.
Agreed.
But.
Number 3, It Follows. That was your number 3 as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you say about It Follows?
No, it was my number 5.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What was your number 3?
We Are Still Here. It Follows. So good.
It was good. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah. Have you read all the theories, like, about what it is, what it represents and stuff?
I did not, because to be honest with you, I didn't really care.
Yeah, well,
you
know why? Because it's just about a fucking monster. It's not an STD. It's not anything.
It's a monster.
Just relax.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I read the director after like a screening at one of the festivals would just keep like diverting the question, like, so what is it? And he'd be like, well, what do you think it is?
Yeah. Well, guess what? He doesn't have to explain to anyone.
No, he doesn't.
He wants, if he's anyone with a brain, he's like, oh, I can turn this into hundreds of millions of dollars. And I'm going to, hopefully. And you're going to pay to try and find out what this is.
Normally, I honestly, I don't like when things are left up in the air, like the end of The Sopranos. Hate that shit.
Yeah.
This, you see the thing.
It's not unanswered. It's just you don't know what it is.
You don't know why it's there.
But you don't know what the fuck Jason is.
Why is Jason? Yeah. Why?
Jason?
Thank you. Why is Jason
not a person.
Voorhees? Yeah. Why is he back?
It's never answered ever.
That is a perfect point. And
or you don't need the answer to that if you see it. Now, if you never saw the fucking thing,
yeah, I don't like ambiguous endings where the screen just goes black or
if it was just like them afraid and it was just clear air.
Yeah, like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because, I need something.
Right.
But,
so, no, I didn't read the theories.
Just relax, everyone. It's not an STD.
Number 2, I'm probably going to get some hate for. And it is Cooties.
Okay. I don't think you are. A lot of people have this on top 10 lists. Really good movie. It just...
I loved it.
Do it all the way for me? I don't know what it was.
When the opening scene is just chicken nuggets being made and you already feel like throwing up.
Oh my God, that was so gross.
That was disgusting.
That was so fucking gross.
I'll never eat a chicken nugget again.
That was so gross. You're right.
There's flies flying around and then some kid eats it. And this movie was just, it was so out of control. Lee Winnell was awesome in his role. He's the guy from Saw. He wrote the movie. The cast everyone was so funny. It was just like a funny, and it was so gory. I didn't expect it to be that gory.
Jack McBrayer, Elijah Wood, Rainn Wilson.
The whole cast of The Office.
We should probably just talk about it. I forgot about doing this with some of the other ones we didn't have on my list. Cooties is, if you're not familiar, is teachers trapped in a school after the children have become infected with some type of zombie virus.
Yeah.
And are now tearing
and they have
adults limb from limb, eating them, devouring them.
I mean, I love the concept. I love the execution. I thought it was just really fun. Those movies like that are right up my alley.
Yeah.
Didn't take itself seriously.
Well, I found myself putting a lot of the movies on this list were of the humorous variety. It was just a year where I think we needed that.
Yeah, there's just like...
people taking... Like,
I want to have fun when I'm watching it.
I think that's... The Walking Dead is falling off for me. And it's probably because we're now on like 6 or 7 seasons of just the most depressing shit of all time on television that you watch every week and
right.
you like go to work the next day. Like, fuck me. Like, this sucks. And I think we're coming to a turning point. I think that show will probably lose popularity soon because you need a fucking break.
I heard someone talking about that the other day, how like it shouldn't be on Sundays because you have to start your work week and it's like the first thing in your mind after watching it.
Well, how about just don't watch it? You have a DVR. You have the option to not watch these shows, everyone. Just because a lot of people talk about it.
Dude, I think it was someone like Bill Simmons or Kevin Smith that was saying that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fucking jerks. Also, 2 people that don't have normal jobs.
Right.
So
they don't have to wake up the next day.
Funny, Kevin Smith I just listened to today crying about the Bad News Bears for 5 minutes. Legitimately crying while describing the Bad News Bears.
We're getting off topic again, but I listened to his podcast, Fat Man on Batman, where he just talks about Batman, and he brings like the creator of the show Arrow or Flash on, and this guy must cry every 2 seconds. Because he's always saying like, man, this episode made me sob like a baby.
He gets too high for his own good, I think, and he just cries. Joe, he's talking about the Bad News Bears, and he says, he's talking about when the girl takes off her hat and flings her hair, and he's like, oh man, this is really nostalgic. It brings me back. And he starts choking up, and he's audibly crying, but he pulls himself together, and then just full out starts crying. And Dude, it's like out of
This is
a
on the
movie.
Smodcast?
Yeah, and he just released a Smodcast where it's like the best of Smodcast, so it's just the funniest. I don't know why this is included because it's not funny. It's just really sad. And he repeats. It's like out of a fucking cartoon. It's like out of South Park. He's reciting a quote from the movie, and it's "Let the kids play ball. Just let the kids play ball." And he's crying while he's reciting it. It's like the weirdest thing. A man in his 50s crying watching the band.
I want to get Kevin Smith on this podcast so bad.
I would love to. And honestly, he probably would if we could somehow get a hold of him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident he would. Fangoria, he's making horror movies now.
That is true. Dude, somebody fucking get me in touch with Kevin Smith.
I know, honestly. Let's do
because Tusk was on my list last year.
Let's see if we can get him to cry after watching Peter Rottentail.
I'm not watching that again.
No, I would never.
Sorry, Kevin.
No.
So yeah, cooties.
I might have to edit all that out. It's such a fucking diatribe. What the fuck was that? What a left turn. Oh my god. We are terrible podcasts. We really need to get back to... We are just lazy now. We need to get back to doing normal episodes. Holy shit. So number 2, Cooties. Good movie, good comedy. Check it out. Elijah Wood and his production company. Who are doing fantastic shit.
Yeah.
So
number 1, same as yours. Straight out of New Zealand.
Out of New Zealand.
Deathgasm.
So
Blackwood.
good.
Are you familiar with the band Immortal?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the Call of the Winter Moon music video?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, they reenacted that video in the movie. And that right there, as soon as I saw that, I was like, this is my favorite movie of the year.
I wish I watched it with you because there was a lot of things. I watched it pretty well in advance before Joe. And there were so many things I was like, I got to talk to Joe about this. And like, by the time he watched it, which was just recently, I'd forgotten what I wanted to talk to him about. When I saw that reenactment, I wanted to text you so bad and just be like, I probably did text you and say like, you need to watch this during it because I wanted to talk about that scene with you so much.
True story. If you go onto Facebook and
walking around in cloaks,
and if you go on the Facebook and you were friends with me and Sean's personal pages and you clicked on that button that says friendship, you know how it shows a picture that the two of you are in? The picture that it shows is just Dead and Euronymous from the black metal band Mayhem, just in like a basement somewhere. That's our friendship picture.
Tagged as us.
Yeah. Why is it even up there?
I don't know. I uploaded it because I was just in one of those Mayhem moods.
Yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
I know. They think it's like a key moment in our friendship. Which it really is. I mean,
black metal and horror movies.
When we partied, that's 90% of what we talked about.
Yeah.
Or slipped on.
Gangster rapper.
Swapped out people's iPods for ours and played.
Yeah, we either play gangster rapper, black metal, which is the two most like extreme spectrums.
People get so fucking angry. I can't even explain. People get so mad.
I mean, it's understandable.
The black metal, all right. But, I mean, we put on some good rap music and they'd be like, where's the Kanye? Who turned on Kanye?
Well, yeah, because we put on like Ghetto Boys and then Cock and Ball Torture.
Oh, man. But Deathgasm was so good. And it really, if you're even remotely into that scene or know anything, I think you'll just...
Any heavy metal head, yeah. I mean, this movie's for you.
When they're coming up with the names of the band.
Yeah.
It's so damn good. Check that out.
When that girl hears metal for the first time and it like blasts into a Manowar video.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. It was so good. That was incredible. I forgot about that scene too. That was so ridiculous.
She's just listening to music and she's fantasizing about like there's like lesbians and Viking horns.
Was straight up
on top of a mountain.
It was 100% a Manowar video. It was absurd. And if it's totally worth your money, totally worth every dollar you put into it. You'll love it.
Like I said, even my wife was like, I really like that.
I can't wait for Paul to at the next function with strangers. Be like, hey, this guy hates Deathgasm.
It's gonna be the same guy.
And the guy will be like, yeah. And the guy
I don't like New Zealand movies.
Or he'll be like, I don't really like heavy metal. Like, I don't really understand black metal. I don't understand the references. I'll be like, okay, fair enough. Thanks, Paul, again. I love Paul. That Paul is a staple of the show now.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Me too.
A place where I can bash Paul publicly. Just kidding, Paul. I love you.
By the way, we stayed up till 4 a.m. to watch Bone Tomahawk because I couldn't watch it without Paul.
Dude, how did you stay up that late during that? That is so slow.
Sucked.
I would have been so
sucked.
asleep. I would have been so asleep.
I liked the movie so much, though.
Holy shit, good for you. Well, that's your number 10.
So, to run it back, 10 was The Nightmare, 9 was Creep, 8, We Are Still Here, 7, Krampus, 6, What We Do in the Shadows, 5, He Never Died, 4, Bone Tomahawk, 3, It Follows, 2, Cooties, 1, Deathgasm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A very close honorable mention was Goosebumps. I know you weren't a big fan of it.
Awesome.
50. Yeah.
No, I was not, but I wasn't. I don't hate it. Just
It was definitely more geared towards kids, and I don't even have kids,
And
but
that was upsetting. I think that was the most upsetting part. We are the people that were reading Goosebumps.
right.
We gave R.L. Stine all that goddamn money, and he goes and makes a movie for these little shits.
Well, if you walk into my bedroom right now, there's every Goosebump book ever released. So I felt like that movie was what I'd been waiting for. So like the kid in me was like,
I guess that's kind of true.
this is awesome. I really liked Stung.
You know what? Stung was so good.
Stung, Lance Henriksen
I wish we
and Clifton
included that in our
Collins
creature
Jr.
feature.
It was a solid creature feature.
So solid.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a great movie. It's not going to be up for any awards or anything, you know. But after watching movies like Squirm,
Oh yeah,
or Slugs, like this is a type of creature feature. Like it was
that's exactly
ridiculous. It was fun. It was gory. It was.
That's exactly what my thoughts were on it. Like I was like, oh wait, you can enjoy a creature feature.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it was stupid.
Yeah,
but it was a good
it was
stupid.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really good. And just to go back to Goosebumps, it was just so geared to children. Like if you're expecting anything even remote, like you know how Shrek has like this adult humor hidden in it? There's not even anything
there's not.
remotely close to adult humor in this. It's very much a children's movie. Very much. But I was bummed out. That's all.
Yeah.
Any other honorable mentions?
Nah.
Nah. Fuck them.
There was unfortunately, I never got a chance to see Maggie. I never got a chance to see Wormwood, and I never got a chance to see The Editor. All three of which I'm looking forward to watching, and maybe in a future episode, if one of them bumps out a spot.
You know, I was knocking people that never saw all the movies in 2015 before making their terrible lists. But there was just so much out.
It's hard.
Human Centipede 3.
Wow.
I mean, you still have to see it. Cub. Insidious 3, Goodnight Mommy. I didn't get to see.
You know what? Fuck. I forgot about Goodnight Mommy, and I forgot about Crimson Peak. Yeah. You know what? Fuck.
It's impossible though. Dude, I watched 47 movies.
Well, for the listeners out there, this is like our side thing.
Yeah.
We have careers and getting married and all that. It's hard.
And
yeah.
Victor Frankenstein.
I would love to do nothing more than to just watch every movie that comes out.
Sinister 2.
Yeah,
There's
a lot
out there.
I know.
And it's just impossible. And those were on our most anticipated, too. A lot of those, at least for me. Oh, and Paranormal Activity was also on my most anticipated list. Pile of shit. Pile of shit.
I was, speaking of most anticipated, I was so excited for Crimson Peak. It came to theaters and never had a chance to go see it because things just started happening. And then I just haven't had a chance to watch it.
No.
And I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Like I said, if I get to them and I think they deserve, maybe I'll give them a mention.
Or an edit. Yeah. So let us discuss.
It's like 5,000 degrees in my house.
It's very warm. I don't mind. So we asked you guys what your top 10s or top favorite movies. I don't know if that made sense. We asked you what your favorite movies of 2015 were. And you guys gave us some excellent answers. Let's start with Elliot. It Follows.
Before you read it,
I went from 1 to 0. Or 1 to 5.
I will start over.
What were you going to say?
Do you want to give his name again?
No.
No.
I'm going to leave this all in.
Okay. If you're on Letterboxd, check out Elliot's reviews. Yeah, he watches a lot of stuff, and his input I always find I always love reading what he has to say about it. Yeah, honestly, like I said last week, his negative reviews make me want to watch the bad movies. Like he sells me on them. I don't think he's intending to.
Is he the one that did 50 movies or something like that in October?
He watched a lot. Yeah.
Then I think it was him.
Him and Brooke.
He said he did like 54 movies in October.
Yeah, they don't fuck around, man.
Holy shit! How?
And they leave their reviews for it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So definitely check him out. He's Jack Dracula on Letterboxd.
I hope someday we can meet some of these people, like, face to face. Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe you'll kill me, but I would like to meet you all. Some of you are awesome. So, Elliot Cole, 5, Creep. He says, the more I think about this movie, the more I love it. Same. Great found footage movie with a creepy as hell antagonist. 4, Deathgasm. None So Metal. It's like all of the things I love about Evil Dead, but with more corpse paint. Oh, 100%. That's 100% accurate. It's very much in the vein of Evil Dead. We Are Still Here, number 3. I love a good ghost story, and I hate a bad one. I fucking hate bad ghost stories. And I hate pirate ghosts, as I've mentioned when we talked about The Fog.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Fuck pirate ghosts.
Come on.
You drive up on a ghost Get the fuck out of here. And he says, and this is the best I've ever... and this is the best I've seen since The Innkeepers. Innkeepers was very good.
Love THS.
2, Final Girls. I have a soft spot for meta as well as slashers, and this movie delivers for both in droves. Good for you.
Listen, Final Girls was very well made. Final Girls was executed. What the fuck? Final Girls was executed well. It just didn't do it for me. If you're gonna make a meta 80s slasher, go fucking 80s. There's no nudity. There's not that much gore.
That's the one thing I wished.
There's more of a love story between a mother and a daughter.
I do wish, which may be why I had a soft spot for it. The family thing gets to me. I cried during the Lego movie the other day. What the fuck? Anyway, the Final Girls, though, got me. But that is the one thing. I do wish it was rated R so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. There's a specific scene in it where a girl's dancing, and I'm like, you should be topless.
That needed to... I don't even care about nudity in
if
movies
you're
that
dancing
much.
to Cherry
You
Pie,
have to do that.
If you're dancing to warrant Cherry Pie,
and you have
should be naked.
And you have a Jason-like killer coming after you, you need to be nude.
Yeah, I agree. Elliot says, number 1, It Follows, the movie that instilled the most dread in me. I love dread. So, good list. Awesome list.
Yeah.
Nothing that we did not speak of. Ryan S., he says, It Follows was enjoyable, but the Disaster Piece soundtrack really put it over the top for me. And he also had We Are Still Here on his list. Yeah, that soundtrack was incredible.
Yeah.
Isaac goes, It Follows in the Nightmare, much like you. Scott S., he says, I would definitely have to say Deathgasm, number 1 favorite of the year. Thank you. Followed closely by Krampus.
Nice.
He says, Deathgasm was just an amazing metalhead gore fest with some truly memorable scenes and dildo and anal bead nunchucks and an amazing soundtrack to go along with it.
Yeah.
The characters, yeah, that is true. I mean, we talked about the music they talked about, but the music they played was equally as impressive.
Yep.
The characters were all very memorable and likable as well. The reason for Krampus is because it was one of the few Christmas-themed horror films that hit that perfect blend of horror and comedy and was very reminiscent of Christmas Vacation meets Gremlins. It was it just goes to show that we can still have great PG-13 horror. That is
that is a fantastic point because
that's something
I was nervous about it being PG-13, and it never felt like it was held back.
I had hope. I was really not afraid of the PG-13 rating, but I really should have been. I should have been terrified, but I was really like, I think they'll do it. I had no reason to believe that though.
Right.
Other than the guy that made Trick or Treat made it. So I was like, he could probably pull it
Yeah,
off.
you're right.
You know, not that was PG-13, but he was just so good.
Hey, side note, people keep talking about the Disaster Piece synth score. What the fuck's the name of the movie? I'm drawing a blank right now. Let Us Pray had a nice synth score to it.
Yeah.
I didn't love the movie, but I did notice the score because, like I said, it felt like Assault on Precinct. Yeah, it felt like a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah, I'm sure that was. I mean, it had to have been. If they didn't see Assault on Precinct 13 and made that film.
They saw Assault on Precinct.
They were watching it while they filmed.
Yeah.
Try to match it up scene for scene. Jared H. says, "Hey guys, so there are 3 movies that stand out for me this year."
Oh, you just reminded me, and I'm going to interrupt you. Word on the street is if you sync Deathgasm up with Iron Maiden's live album, it plays from start to finish, like the Pink Floyd Wizard of Oz.
Get the fuck out.
Dude, that's what I read. I gotta try it.
I just got the chills. I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll let you know. I can't remember what Iron Maiden live album it is. I'll look it up while you're talking.
Oh my god, I just got the chills so bad. I hope. Has the director said anything about it? Do we know?
When I was reading this, it was very early in the morning, and I didn't retain all the information. I was reading an interview with him.
Oh my god!
Here, stop.
Here, I'm gonna read Jared H's, and then you can fill us in. So Jared H says, "Hey guys, so there are 3 movies that stand out for me this year. My first choice and favorite has to be Cooties. Always been a sucker for child death, and felt like it was a great blend of scares and laughs." FYI, guys, before you just get mad at Jared for saying that, it's kind of like an ongoing thing on our Facebook page. It's kind of like this running joke about children death. He does. I don't think Jared would into children dying in real life. Coming close behind that movie, I get it. Would be It Follows. I need to read these in advance. I just love when movies have an unexplainable evil, and it kept the suspense high throughout. That is true. That's like one of those feelings, that suspense, that kind of like when that fades away, you kind of review the movie differently, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, not everything needs to be explained, which is like exactly what we said. And I appreciate the filmmakers for having the confidence in the viewer to do that. And finally, The Green Inferno. I've always been an Eli Roth fan and felt like he delivered what people expect from his films. I don't care that it was a little disjointed in spots. I went in expecting gore and got it. Over the top guts flying everywhere. Gore. Loved it. Anyway, thank you so much for a great year, guys, and I'm looking forward to listening in 2016.
See, I like that review of Green Inferno. He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Not expecting more.
No.
Simple. Yeah.
And it's true. And that's like kind of what we were saying. Like it didn't deserve the hate. It was really good, but it just didn't fall into top for us.
Yeah.
Granted, we have to watch a lot more than everyone else to try and put on this fucking podcast.
All right. So according to IMDb, there are rumors that if you play a muted Deathgasm and Iron Maiden's Live After Death simultaneously, it syncs up perfectly due to precise editing.
Do you believe that?
You want to try it?
I think we have to. I'm just curious if I'll be so mad if I put it on and like immediately I'm like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I'll be so fucking angry to take the time to do that. It'd just be super.
I mean, that would be amazing if they did it.
It would be incredible.
It'd make me like the movie even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooke K. Her list: Deathgasm, Wolf Cop, and Cooties were my favorites.
Wolf Cop.
I enjoy a heavy dose of laughter with my scares. There were a lot of films that I had high hopes for going in. The Voices, come on, Ryan Reynolds, be creepy, but didn't tickle my fancy. I did really like Maggie. Bittersweet betrayal of watching loved ones suffering from a terminal illness. Yeah. The Voices sucked. Did you see it?
I did not, because you told me it sucked, and I had no desire to watch it.
It was just, man, that was a trailer that I was so hyped for, and then I watched it, and it was just not good. Just not good. Last one, Lorena, our buddy Lorena V. It follows. We are fucking reading it from beginning to end again. God damn it. Goosebumps, duh. Deathgasm, Bone Tomahawk, We Are Still Here, and It Follows.
Solid list by all.
Really good lists. Really good lists.
Glad to see we all had pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, cream rises to the top, baby.
Nice Macho Man reference.
Ooh, yeah. The cream.
How, where does he keep getting the cream from? It's like a fucking magic trick, dude. How many things with cream does he have?
Gene's just handing them to him.
Is that true?
No, I don't know. He's coked out of his mind. He's just probably filled his pants with them at the Denny's. I have no idea. Guys, thank you so much for an awesome 2015. Can't thank you all enough. Really appreciate it. Can't wait to get started on this year. I've got so many great ideas. I don't. But we've got a lot of great ideas coming up. We got some movies that I can't wait to talk about. And can't wait to get back to normal. This was fun though.
Yeah.
And hopefully we do it again next year.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Guys, thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate it. You can find us facebook.com/IHateHorror. I'm on Twitter at I Hate Horror Show.
I'm at JoV421.
I'll never do that right. We're on iTunes and Stitcher. Make sure to leave us a review on iTunes if you can. And if you do, send me an email, Sean@IHateHorror.com. And let me know your iTunes username, and I'll mail you out some stickers. Hey, pronto tanto. So, that's that.
Yeah.
Great year. Thanks, everyone. And for Joe, this is Sean.
Thank you.
Stay weird. Adios.
I'm gonna read his TV appearances now.
Bosom buddies.
Dennis the Menace, The Dick Powell Show, Sam Benedict, The 11th Hour, Our Man Higgins, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Virginian, The Fugitive, Gunsmoke, Gilligan's Island, Daniel Boone, Lost in Space. What? Guns in the Heather. I'm done. Doing this shit anymore.
Kurt Russell's in Dennis the Menace?
Yeah.
Like the 50s one?
1962 he appeared.
Holy shit. I love you, Kurt Russell.
So stupid.
Kurt Russell, I love you so much. I saw a picture of him on the red carpet with Goldie Hawn, and he still has the
disgusting mustache.
The one from Hateful Eight, which is like the one from Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, I know.
On steroids. On HGH, on Peyton Manning's HGH.